Learn English with inspiration, molding your personality. Welcome to Rise and Shine. Here, every story is more than just words. It's a mirror to your own life. These stories don't just help you improve your English vocabulary and fluency. They also plant seeds of courage, strength, and wisdom in your heart. What is personality? Personality is the unique combination of our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that makes us who we are. It is shaped by many factors: our family, environment, culture, experiences, and even the habits we practice daily. But the good news is that personality is not fixed. By developing discipline, building confidence, improving communication, and learning from mistakes, we can shape our personality into a stronger and more successful version of ourselves. Today, we bring you the story of Arman, a young man who once believed he was too ordinary to change. But through patience, reflection, and effort, he learned one of the greatest truths of life. Your personality is not given, it is shaped, and the hands that shape it is your own. Let's walk with Arman through his journey. Chapter 1. The Weight of Shadows. Arman lived in a quiet town near the mountains. He was 19, tall, but slightly stooped, always avoiding eye contact. He spoke softly, and when teachers asked him questions in class, his voice often trembled. His classmates saw him as the invisible one. Some even laughed when he tried to give answers. "You're too slow," they said. Arman forced a smile, but inside, he was breaking. At home, he didn't share his feelings. His father worked long hours as a mechanic. His mother sold vegetables in the market. Both were loving but too tired to notice the silent storms in their son's heart. One evening, while helping his uncle clean an old storeroom, Arman found a box of clay. His uncle, a retired sculptor, picked up a lump and rolled it between his hands. "Clay is amazing," the uncle said, shaping it into a rough bird. "It begins as nothing, but with care, you can make it into anything: an animal, a flower, even a face." Your personality is the same, Arman. You may not choose your starting point, but you can always shape it. Arman looked at the clay bird. Something stirred inside him. Could he really shape his life the way clay was shaped? That night, staring at the ceiling, he whispered to himself, "I don't want to stay the invisible boy forever." Chapter 2. First Steps of Change. The next morning, Arman stood before the mirror. His reflection looked tired, unsure, but he decided to try something new. He straightened his back and practiced saying, "Hello, my name is Arman." At first, it sounded weak. He tried again, stronger, louder, more confident. In school, he pushed himself to raise his hand once during class. His heart raced, palms sweaty, but when he finally answered a question, the teacher smiled. "Good point, Arman." That small praise lit a spark. Later, he joined the local library. Every evening after helping his mother, he spent an hour reading books about leaders, inventors, and ordinary people who changed themselves. He underlined new words, repeating them until they stuck in his memory. Still, change was not easy. One afternoon, when he mispronounced a word in front of classmates, they laughed again. Arman felt crushed. He almost decided to give up. But then he remembered the clay bird. "Clay cracks if you stop shaping it," his uncle once said. "Keep working." That night, instead of giving up, he practiced harder. He whispered new words into the mirror, recited poems softly, and even gave little speeches to his own shadow. Little by little, he was shaping himself. Chapter 3. Fire and Failure. Months passed. Arman had changed, though slowly. His teachers noticed he was speaking more. His classmates no longer ignored him. Some even asked for his notes. But life decided to test him. One day, his teacher announced a school speech competition. Arman's heart skipped a beat. The thought of speaking in front of the entire school terrified him, but a voice inside whispered, "This is your chance." He prepared for days. Standing under a tree, he practiced his speech again and again. He learned to pause, to breathe, to smile. The big day came. When his name was called, Arman walked onto the stage. His legs shook, his throat felt dry, but he began. "Good morning, everyone." For the first 2 minutes, everything went well. But suddenly, his mind went blank. Words disappeared. The audience stared. Some students giggled. Arman froze. After a long, painful silence, he rushed through the ending and left the stage. That night, he cried bitterly. Maybe I'll never change. Maybe I'll always be this weak. His uncle found him sitting outside. Handing him a piece of clay, he said gently, Arman, even clay breaks when you drop it, but that doesn't mean you can't fix it. Shape it again. Failures don't define you. Effort does. Arman wiped his tears. Then I'll shape again, he whispered. Chapter 4, The Breakthrough. Arman didn't give up. After his failure, he practiced more intensely. He recorded his voice, corrected mistakes, and even joined a small debate group. Every mistake became a lesson. Every failure a step forward. Slowly, something magical happened. He started enjoying the process. Speaking no longer felt like punishment, but like growth. A year later, another competition came. This time, Arman stood on stage not with fear, but with calm. He looked at the audience and smiled. When I was younger, I was afraid of being invisible, he began. But I learned something important. Life is like clay. We shape ourselves every day with every choice. His words flowed like water. He spoke from the heart, not from notes. When he finished, the hall erupted in applause. He didn't win first place, but he received something greater: respect, admiration, and confidence. Chapter 5, Shaping the Future. Years passed. Arman entered university. He was no longer the invisible boy. He was known for his kindness, discipline, and inspiring words. Younger students often asked him for advice. One day, after giving a small motivational talk at the campus, a boy approached him shyly. Arman, I'm like how you used to be, afraid, unsure. Do you think I can change? Arman smiled and handed him a small clay bird he always carried in his pocket. Yes, he said softly. I shaped myself, and you can too. Remember, your personality is clay, not stone. Keep shaping. That evening, as he walked home, Arman thought about his journey. From an invisible boy to a confident man, the road was not easy. But every drop of effort had shaped him. He whispered to himself, I didn't wait for the world to change me. I changed myself. Moral: your personality is never permanent. It grows and reshapes with every decision you make. Discipline, effort, and the courage to face failure are the true tools of transformation. Life may break you, but it also gives you the chance to rebuild yourself stronger, wiser, and closer to the person you aspire to become. Just as Arman molded his character step by step, you too can shape your English journey. Mistakes are not signs of weakness. They are stepping stones. Every word you learn, every sentence you try, is carving the voice of the confident speaker you are becoming. Thank you so much for listening to this story on Rise and Shine. We hope it inspired you to believe in the power of shaping your personality and reminded you that growth is always possible. Every day is a fresh beginning, a chance to rise higher in life and shine brighter in English. If you enjoyed this story and found it helpful for your learning journey, please support us by subscribing to Rise and Shine, liking the video, and sharing it with friends who are also learning English. Together, we can grow, learn, and shine brighter every day.